David Jerome, as I live and breathe.
If only you weren't doing either. Hello, Franco. I read that you'd been shot and then burned to death. I suppose that was too much to ask.
You always did say the sweetest things. No, I'm very much alive and very well and not going anywhere anytime soon.
I did.
Time's been kind to you.
Yeah. Flattery will get you nowhere.
Got me everywhere 20-some-odd years ago.
I was young and stupid.
You were never stupid.
I went to bed with you, didn't I?
Several glorious times.
Like I said, stupid.
Okay, let's agree that you were impressionable. Be nice to yourself. You never really stood a chance. You were such a hot little art groupie.
And you were a psychopath. If I knew then what I know now.
I have no regrets about our time together. If for no other reason than it led to us having our daughter.
Mikey left hours ago.
How is our dear sweet Lauren? Is she all grown up? You know, just because you wouldn't let me see her doesn't make her any less mine.
By the time she was born, I realized how twisted you really are. There are no limits with you, Franco. No breaks. You don't see the lines between right and wrong, between fantasy and reality, between love and possession. Makes you a great artist. It also makes you a great killer, apparently.
Now flattery will get you nowhere. I would never do anything to hurt Lauren.
Even if that were true, I didn't want you influencing her. And after everything I've read about you, I definitely made the right call.
I have made my share of mistakes. But my daughter, our daughter, is not one of them. And as soon as I'm out of here, I'm gonna go find Lauren, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna find my little girl. And sooner rather than later.
Not with all the charges you're facing.
Not as many as you think.
Murders, kidnappings, or rape.
That never happened.
Okay, so just the murders and the kidnappings then.
Semantics.
Iron bars or padded walls, either way, you are spending the rest of your days in a cell. And even if you did get out, you will never find my daughter.
Sure I will. I'll just find the huge trail of breadcrumbs left by my wealthy but dim-witted relatives.
What are you talking about?
Lauren's family, my family, the Quartermains. Really? Are you gonna stand there and be super hot and pretend that you didn't know that our princess was an heiress?
Nothing.
My biological mother was a woman named Susan Moore. She gave birth to twins. My mom, Betsy, was one of her nurses. My mom bought me from Susan Moore's cousin, a very challenging woman named Heather Weber. And guess who my twin brother was? No, really, go ahead.
No, I don't.
Guess.
I'm
The one
sure
who
you'll
was
tell
insulted?
me.
Jason Morgan.
Jason. Why is that name so familiar?
Because
to
he
me?
killed me. He shot me and left me for dead in a burning building. Jason's father, my father, was Alan Quartermain. That makes my little Lauren a Quartermain, too.
And these Quartermains are what, some rich, uppity family around
Don't
here?
play games with me. The Quartermains have been looking for Lauren for months, and I'm willing to bet that the trail will eventually lead to you.
Well, if anybody is looking for Lauren, they haven't found her. And no one has even approached me.
Really? Ava, after everything we've shared, you're gonna lie to me? Okay. You tell me, why are you in Port Charles?
Why else? To see if you were actually still alive.
Up until last night, nobody knew that I was breathing. So you either made really great time or you were here already. So tell me, why would someone who looks like you be in a two-bit town in upstate New York if you weren't here to squeeze the Quartermains?
You always did have a vivid imagination.
You always did love my vivid imagination, if I remember correctly. I'm imagining something right now, Ava. Would you like to guess? No, not that. I'm imagining that the Quartermains have already approached you, and if that's the case, then you already know that Lauren has a controlling voting share of ELQ. And I'm imagining something else. No, still not that. I'm imagining that you figured out a way to use it to your advantage. Now, Ava, I think that you should imagine something. You should imagine that I might have a problem with that.
Your delusional disorders are getting the best of you. Or are conspiracy theories your new hobby? It's been a while, so I wouldn't know.
Certainty is my new hobby. And I can say with reasonable certainty that you have figured out a way to spin Lauren's controlling shares of ELQ to your advantage.
And what if I have?
See, doesn't that feel so much better? You're forgetting one thing. Lauren is the only long-lost quartermain.
Let me worry about that.
Our little Lauren is the great-grandchild of a quartermain, which is really cool in a tiebreaker kind of way, but I am the grandchild of the late, great, and powerful Edward Quartermain, which gives me an even bigger piece of the pie.
And I should care. Why?
Because my shares make Lauren's shares irrelevant, and you have nothing to gain by having irrelevant shares. However, you and I can, once again, just for old time's sake, come up with an arrangement that is mutually beneficial.
If you think I'd give you FaceTime with Lauren to get those shares, you are insane.
We have established that you consider me completely insane. There is, however, a deal on the table. So what do you say?
I say go to hell.
Been there, done that.
But I assure you, Tracy, there isn't much harm that Franco can do to the family when he's behind bars.
Yo, freak. Ladies just can't stay away from you today.
So good to see you, sweetheart. I knew you'd come around. I knew we'd make a deal.
Actually, I don't believe we've ever had the pleasure. I'm Diane Miller. You asked to see me, Mr. Frank?
Please, call me Franco.
Look, as you're...
I understand you did excellent work for my brother.
Yes. He was a valued client.
Well, he's dead, so he can no longer afford your retainer. I can.
I don't need the money that badly.
I'll give you anything you want. All I need from you is to get me out of here.